Okay, so we having a conversation about me this morning.
Good morning. What you say?
So we having a conversation about me this morning. Okay, okay.
Not now. I didn't say that.
Our topic, I was like,
Good
okay, sis,
morning,
get up,
Julia.
cause this for you.
Good morning, Julia. Good morning, Elsie. Good morning, Venetia.
Good morning, ladies.
Good
You calling
morning.
yourself? You calling yourself out this morning, Venetia?
Yes, I like to think I'm a truth teller, so I'm gonna call myself out.
I think we all have some points in our life where we procrastinate, but we're gonna have a conversation around it today. Did you get everything squared away for San Antonio?
Procrastination.
Well, make sure you call them after today's call to make sure we have everything that we need to do and we know exactly how long it's gonna take.
That's the first thing on my to do list this morning, so I'm definitely taking care.
Okay. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andre. Good morning, Glenn.
Yes.
Good morning, Miss Nikki. And congratulations, Glenn, on your closing.
Thank you. Can y'all hear
It's
me?
set. Very blank.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank
Turn
you.
your volume up a little bit. We can
Good
hear you, but
morning.
good morning. I want to apologize to you guys for the next 2 days. I will be doing Clubhouse in my car. I volunteer for Love Fosters Hope, Shannon and I, and we're going to camp today. So I have to talk to you guys in my car for the next 2 days. But other than that, I will be in a better place, more professionally. So do we guys have anything that we need to go over before we dive into our conversation today? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
What was your question again?
Do you guys have anything we need to go over before we get started today?
I'm ready to hear about this topic.
All right, well, let's get into it. So today we're talking about procrastination. So this is Procrastination Bootcamp. We're going to go over first kind of debunking what people truly believe that procrastination is. So when you hear the word procrastination, what do you identify it as? What do you think the definition of it is? There's no right or wrong answer, guys, but the more we contribute to the conversation, the better conversation we'll have. So
I
what do we
just taking your
identify?
time, just taking your time on doing whatever task it is that you need to be doing.
Okay, okay. So taking my time, not necessarily not doing it, but taking my time to do it.
Making
Is that
excuses.
a okay? All right. Procrastination is making excuses. What else do y'all believe it is?
I associate it with doing my best work under pressure, waiting to the last minute. Fourth
Mm,
quarter, game 7.
mm.
I'm coming
So
through the clutch.
you're a fourth quarter game, yeah. You're a fourth quarter game winner, huh?
That
You ain't gonna
part.
win. You ain't gonna win no championship.
That part, Andre, I'm winning it.
You're gonna strike out every time.
I'm not freezing up like James every time. I'm coming through.
Who else? Who has have their definition of what procrastination is?
For me, it's avoiding doing things that are uncomfortable, especially cold calling.
Yeah, very good, Julie. So how many of you guys believe that procrastination is also laziness?
Ooh,
I
that's a
do.
good one.
That's good. I do.
Yeah.
That's me.
So in actuality, I want you guys to lower your guard and loosen that thought, because in actuality, it's not laziness. So, definition of procrastination is the hesitation to do a action or a movement because of the thoughts that we have wrapped around it. So, in actuality, a person who is a procrastinator doesn't necessarily mean that they're lazy, that they won't do the work. Procrastination means that you have a negative connotation about the results of it, and that's the reason why you don't do it in a rush.
Can I say this? I also associated with like overthinking. Overthinking can cause you to procrastinate too.
Absolutely. So most people who procrastinate are not really sure about the results in the end. And so when they think about it, they're like, well, that I might not get the greatest result from that, so I'm gonna do that last, or I'm gonna put this off. And so, like when Julie said, it's a fear. I don't want to cold call, so I put it off because I'm afraid that I won't get the result that I'm looking for, or I'm afraid that someone's gonna hang up in my face. So it's really associated more with fear and the end result than it is associated with laziness. Some of us are procrastinators in places where we know we need to get it done and we just haven't done it right now. And all of us have an era in our life that we procrastinate. Do y'all believe that?
Yes.
Yeah, it may not be business wise, but it could be personal, right? So think about a conversation that you are not ready to have with a spouse or a friend or a child that you have, and you just keep putting it off and you keep putting it off. Is that not a definition of procrastination? Are we not procrastinating when we put off conversations? Some of us put on some of us ladies, we do this when we're getting ready to go somewhere. We don't put our heels on until we get to where we go. So we have 5 or 6 pair of shoes in our car, and we hesitate. So procrastination is tied to a hesitation, because really we can't really wrap our mind around the end result. So what are some things that we can do to prevent procrastination in our business? Kind of like what Andre said, we have to perform, right? We can't keep putting it back to the back. So how do we fix our procrastination? What are some tasks that we could do?
I would like to be transparent. Every for the past 2 years, I procrastinate when it comes time to renewing my license. Never
Mhm.
fails. I
Mhm.
wait to the last minute. I mean the last minute. I'm up all night. So
And so as
that's one
realtors,
of my challenges.
yeah, as realtors, a lot of us do that, right? But let me ask you, Andre, since you volunteered, if you don't mind. One of the reasons why that you don't renew your license is you wrapped around the thought around your mind that that's a waste of time, and that you could be doing something else productive. So I'll get to it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. But I got something better to do with my time.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. I have told
Yeah.
myself that it's not important until it is important, and I can't do any transaction. Yeah.
Yeah. And so if we walk through our personal life, and we don't have to put our personal life out here on this app or tell anybody. This is a personal work that you guys can do. Is the things that you put off. Identify why that you do it. Identify the feeling that you have when you put it off, and the story that you told yourself. And that's really the biggest step in overcoming procrastination. So if we really wanted to overcome, we got to wrap our mind around it. Like I hate sending emails, and I really hate paperwork. So I procrastinate to the last minute to get paperwork done. But it's not because I am lazy, because I'm going to show up and I'm going to do all the work in all the other areas. It's because I don't believe it's a good use of my time. And so, and one of the things that I do when it's something that I have to do, like right now I have to do compliance, so I have to do paperwork. It's the first task that I do every day so that I can get that task out of the way. So how about let's prioritize, because procrastination procrastination is not a schedule issue, but it is a priority issue. So those things that we don't like to do, how about we make them the first thing that we do every day? Could that be one of the answers to your procrastination?
I like that. I definitely like that.
Yeah, so if you read the book that I told most of you guys to read, if you read the book Habits of High Performers by Brendan Burchard, he tells you to win your day in the first 60 minutes of your day. So when you are setting out for the task for you to do, the ones that you don't like to do the most and the ones that are the most important is what you should do in the first 60 minutes. And there may be reason why we tell you guys to lead generate in the morning time, because you're fresh. Your mind is fresh, and it's things that you really don't want to do. So like Julie said, I don't want to make my cold call. Well, if I do it first thing in the morning, I'm more productive, I get more connections, and I'm more amped to do it if I do it in the first 60 minutes. What are some other things that we could do to debunk this procrastination that we have?
Meditation, just thinking positive thoughts about yourself.
Very good. Who said that, Camila?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, y'all.
Yes. Good morning. So, yes, meditation helps us wrap our mind around actually achieving the task. A lot of us, when we close our eyes, even if we were to do it right now, and you close your eyes, whatever you are having a problem with, you don't see a positive outcome in it. And so what meditation allows you to do is it allows you to take control of your mind with breathing. So why don't we meditate about the things that we know that we can't get accomplished first, and we'll figure out what the reason is, right? We know by now, by being adults and grown and business owners, the things that we have difficulties with. And I'm real big at telling people, you can lie to me all day, but don't lie to yourself. So meditation allows you to have truth moments with yourself. So try meditating. I'm get up in the morning and, Janelle, why can't you finish the paperwork? Why can't you get anywhere on time? That's a big issue for me, right? I get to class on time, so I always wonder why can I get to my appointments on time and I can get to class on time? Most of the time I get to church on time, but if someone tells me to do something that I just don't want to do, I usually don't get there on time. And I got to figure out why I am that way. Why do I get up and put myself in a rush every time it's time for me to get somewhere? And I'm like Bernitra said, I'm fourth quarter. I'm gonna come in the clutch, but I don't really have to do that. Like I should be able to be prepared the day before in order to get to where I need to be. So what else can we do? What are some other tools that we can use?
I have some songs that'll play to like hype myself up.
Say it
Yeah,
again.
I was about to say that. Me too. Same
I
thing.
have songs that'll play like that'll hype me up for the task, like get me jazzed to do something.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I like to do work by music. I get my house clean by music. The tasks that I don't want to do, if you give me some music, I can write a whole class. So, okay, that's good. Music. How about breaking
Pay,
my large
pay,
tasks down into small tasks?
or pay someone to do it.
Or pay someone,
I
right?
know that's right.
I mean, so we kind of got a thought about that, but in reality, if it needs to be done, and I know that I don't have the capability of doing it, and it's not, I have wrapped my mind around that it's not a good use of my time. Would paying someone be a smart thing to do?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
give you a prime example. Ever since you guys told me to hire a transaction coordinator, that have freed up the time and taken. We are on pace to double the business again because I'm not doing things that already made money. Once the contract is signed, the money is made. I need to continue to build relationships and rapport with the other pipelines. So absolutely.
That's good, man. You Andre, you running around here sounding like me. I don't like working on executed contracts, I'm done with that. Those are menial tasks for me. I don't like to have this thing where I'm holding these contracts and I'm babysitting and I'm rubbing them and I'm feeding them every day because it doesn't do me any good. So that's good. I don't want to work on that. I hire a transaction coordinator in my business to do those tasks. What's some other places in our business where we could substitute action with employment? How about showing houses? How many of you like to show houses?
I definitely do and don't. It's a both for me.
Yeah. How about follow up? How many of you guys actually have good percentages in your follow up? Don't sound like very many. So the way to fix your follow up may not be hiring someone, but how about you have a system that follows up for you, that keeps you top of mind? What's the name of that system that you can use for your follow up?
KV Core is one, right? KV Core,
Yeah,
and I use Zillow as well.
it's your KV Core, but it's also your CRM. So a lot of businesses don't have KV Core. So whatever business that you
Oh,
have, as long as you have a customer relationship management system, which we call it a CRM, you'll be able to stay top of mind, and your follow up and your conversion will be a lot better. Most of the clients in any business that you have, the colder the lead, the longer it takes to convert it. And it's almost humanly impossible for you to contact them enough personally to actually convert it over. So we have to elect some systems and people in our business, right? So what are some other things that we could do? I want you guys to write these things down. First, we did this earlier today by saying, we're going to take some time and figure it out. We're going to identify the problem. And then we're going to set some goals. And when we set the daily goals, not monthly goals, not yearly goals, because a lot of people procrastinate on those. How about setting yourself some 5-item daily goals? These are the 5 things that I must get accomplished today. And then I'm going to prioritize those things. The number one thing that must get done today is this. And after that needs to get done, then this. And we prioritize it to the most important that has we have no choice but to complete before we go to bed, to the things that maybe if I don't get them done, it can go to the next thing. And the next thing that we don't do as people is establish a routine. How many of you guys have a routine that you do every single day? And I'm not talking about waking up, washing your face, and brushing your teeth.
I go over my calendar.
It's routine, right? So what else? Who else has a routine? If you guys really don't realize that we all have a routine. Sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive, right? Most of us wake up, look at our phones, and stay on social media for about 2 hours. Or we wake up, we eat breakfast every morning. Some of us cannot operate until we have coffee. That's considered a routine. But what we have done is allow life to just create a routine. We can be purposeful and create our own routine. So what would be a good routine for a business owners to do? What's a good thing that you should do every single day?
work out.
Very good.
Wake up, work out, exercise. Because, without your mental clarity, it's hard to do function and do anything. You got to feel good. So
Amen.
meditation, exercise, feeling good. So you can, give that energy to your clients. You can think better, think outside the box, whatever it is, whatever you're
That's
trying to
good.
do.
That's very good. What's another good routine? What's another step to that? So I wake up, I meditate, I work out. What's another good thing business owners should do? How about journal? How many of you guys right now have so many thoughts and so many things running through your head that you are often distracted?
all the time.
Yes. So a very good habit for a business owner is to journal. It's to get those thoughts out out of your mind. I know you guys may think this crazy, but it's the power of the release of the pen. When you handwrite something and you get it releases it out of your mind, it's called debunking. So if you want to brain dump your mind and debunk all of those things out of your mind so that you can have a clear thought process, you need to journal every day. It doesn't mean you're writing a whole book. It doesn't mean you're writing long paragraphs, but you do need to get those racing thoughts out of your mind. What's another good part of your routine that every business owner should do? You
We can't hear you, Janelle. Oh no.
do list that I wrote and I checked it off, it would give me a sense of completion. And because we are in big positions and we own businesses and we have so many things to do and so many people to answer to, we have to reward ourselves. And the small rewards actually come back to big successes. So it builds confidence to know that I got this done. I may not have got it all done, but at least I got this done. So it also helps us with our mental clarity. So maybe we should create success lists. And then we need to create a flow in our life. What's another name for a flow?
A schedule. A schedule.
Very good. A schedule and a process, right? Now, the reason why some of us, especially small business owners, get frustrated every month, every year, and every day is because we don't have a process. We do not have an SOP for what we do. So we wake up and we decide what we're going to do today, and we do it different every time. So we don't know what works. How many of y'all can honestly say that's me? I'm gonna help you, but I need to know if you need help. So do you guys get up every day and say, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do today, and then by the end of the day you have done it, and then tomorrow when you got ready to do the same process, you do it different?
That's
Yeah.
That's
me.
me.
Yeah. So this is what I want you to do today. I don't want you to have to think very much about it. I just want you to take a blank sheet of paper with you everywhere you go today. I want you to write down what you've done after you do it. Just if you got up and washed your hands, I want you to write that down. I want you to do this for 3 days straight. With everything you do, whether big or small, minimum or large, I want you to write it down. And after you have done it for 3 whole days, I want you to just put the piece of paper, 3 pieces of paper. I want you to put it on your desk until Sunday. And go about your day. Just keep going as normal as you possibly can. On Sunday, I want you to take those 3 pieces of paper, and I want you to evaluate them. And the things that you did the same on all 3 days, that's your process. Does that make sense? Because in reality, you do the same thing every day. You just allow things in your life to disturb you, phone calls, other tasks, 911s to disrupt you, and then you thought in your mind, okay, this is what I got to do today. You cannot go to the next level in your business without a process. So the best way to do a process is to write down everything that you do, everything it takes to complete it, and then create a step process to it. When you finish with your processes, someone should be able to go behind you and do exactly what you do every single day. That's how you know your process is complete. Because most of us don't have disability and self-employed insurance. We may have health insurance, but we don't have disability and self-employed insurance. So if I was on a showing and I broke my leg, my business would fall if I don't have a process for someone else to do for for me. And so if I don't have disability insurance, I don't have anything paying my bills and keeping my business sustained throughout the process of me healing. So how many of us have that? How many of us have cancer insurance? How many of us have disability insurance?
Yes.
Okay. So that's one person that has it. I'm going to give you guys go to ASLAC. If you don't have a special company or combine or one of these companies that you have a policy with, it's a very small fee to protect yourself as a small business owner. If you're a small business owner and you're the only operating process to your business, that is scary. If your business cannot operate without you, that's scary. You can go to the doctor and get a shot for a flu. You don't even have to have health insurance these days. There's doctors who will do a visit price for you. You can go to the doctor for $100 pretty much anywhere. Get your prescriptions and get your tests and all of that. But there's nowhere you can go if you were to have, God forbid, something happens to you and you get cancer or lupus or something, and your business cannot go on because you have to keep going to the doctor. And then you didn't take the time to do this and write down the processes of how it's supposed to go, and it can't go without you. That's a scary feeling. So that's why procrastination, having a plan, and the things that we put off could also kill our business. That's why I wanted to have this conversation with you guys today. Because we also procrastinate on that. We procrastinate on our health. How many of you guys have been needing to go to the doctor for the longest and you just cannot find the time? We don't do preventive maintenance on our business and ourselves, and so we really, really don't want to fall into one of those situations where our business cannot go on. So, what other tasks or what other things can we do to help ourselves? And did this help you guys?
Time block.
Yes, we can time block. Time
I would
blocking is. Go
I
ahead.
would I would say plan the night before.
Very good. Plan the night before. Stop waking up and deciding what you're going to do. Your business will begin to be so fruitful that you won't be able to do that every single day. And then you're going to have a bunch of 911s that's taking up the most of your day because you don't have a plan the day before. Most of the coaches are going to tell you to plan your week out on Sunday and have your daily success list on the night before. And then you break it up. When you're doing your planning the night before, you break it up into 80-20. So the 20% is the things that no one can do but you, and you need to identify all of those things in your business. So if you are a realtor, identify to me what are the 20%, what are the things that no one can do in your business but you. Benita, you charge your phone?
For me, I would say build rapport with the new client and
Very
help
good.
them understand the value that we add.
That's good. That's it. No one can go out and build your business for you but you. What are some other things that no one can do but you? These are your businesses, guys, so I want you to really just take this conversation serious. Look at your business and what you do every single day. What in your business can no one do but you? How many of you guys are doing stuff every single day?
I am.
I would say me. I don't know. Can y'all hear me, or am I still faded?
How many of you guys have something that,
Hello.
go ahead, Glenn. What do you do? Do you have something that you do every single day?
So yeah, I do, and also the same. I'm learning to pass stuff to people to be able to help me as well. So I'm gradually doing that. But when you ask the question, is it something that I have to do every day? I would normally answer that question, yes. But now I'm seeing that, you can actually have that help, like Andre said earlier, have a hire a transaction coordinator, et cetera. So, yeah, there are things that you can do and have to do every day, but also you can also train someone when you're on your downtime that can be able to do it as well.
Yeah, that's your 80%, right? That's what I want you guys to identify. First, you have to figure out what are you doing in business every single day. Secondly, identify those things in your process that no one can do but you. And if you sit down and you do that, you will realize that there's really only one thing in your business that no one can do but you, and that's build it. That's building relationships, going out and finding new clients. Lead generation is the only thing that no one can do for you but you. And certain parts of lead generation can be done by someone else, like having someone make your phone call. But actual connections and building relationships, no one can do but you. So with that being said, you should look at your schedule every day. If it doesn't include lead generation, 9 times out of 10, your business is going to be over in the next 5 to 10 years. If you don't have a way of creating money every day, your business is either going to reach a lid or it's going to be dead in the next 5 to 10 years. And that's, if you look at all of the small businesses in your neighborhoods and places that you visit, you will notice that they're around 3 or 4 years, and then after that, they can't do it anymore, and they shut their doors. Even thinking about the businesses that were that failed during the pandemic, they didn't have an adjustment because they really didn't have a way of creating business in a different way. So the door is shut. So we really got to think about this, because if you don't have any lead generating tasks, there after a while it won't be anything else to leverage off to someone else. And that's with any business. That's not just real estate. Every business lead generates. Even the biggest banks, even the biggest Xfinity, they lead generate. Even though they have people on the ground walking and knocking doors, they have commercials. You receive text messages. All of that is a part of lead generation. So if we really want to break ourselves away from the places and the things that we procrastinate in, we're definitely going to need an action plan. We're going to have to reach a flow, which is considered a process, a system. You're going to need time blocking. You're definitely going to need a plan. And you're going to have to identify where your problem is. And this is probably not something you can do in a day, right? But this can be done over a period of time. So I really want you guys to kind of take some time to find out where your problem is, because we all have somewhere in our business, in our lives, where we procrastinate. Does anyone have anything to add to that list?
I would say procrastination on going to the next level. So yourself and Ray Vaughn has really been challenging us, myself, Ashley, and Diamond, on procrastinating on going to the next level, right? Understanding that, hey, on this next level, you're going to have to let go of more things. And that's challenging for me. It's the letting go part, right? Ashley and I are partnership building, Diamond and I are partnership. Now we're going to the next level to where we focus on getting clients to build for. Now we have to bring people up to get our flip, right? And so procrastinating on going to another level is what we're working on. It has been a challenge.
So that goes back to what I was saying earlier, right? The definition of procrastination is actually the emotional attachment and feeling you have to the outcome, not necessarily to the actual process. So it's not a state of laziness, but it's the attachment you have to the outcome. So going to the next level could be so scary that I'd rather stay right here where I'm successful, right? Athletes have this problem. If you ever had a child who was an athlete, or if you had family members who were athletes, the more they procrastinate. And it's really tied to the outcome of the feeling. What am I going to do when my athletic life is over, when my athletic career is over? And if you notice, a lot of them, once their career is over, they go into this deep depression because they're tied to the outcome that they've already received. They worked really, really hard. They got to this level. It happens between college and professional sports, right? So in college, in high school, I was the best kid on the team. I was everybody watched me. Um, I fill the stand, and then I go to college and I begin to play the sport. And there's so many more people better than me that I don't even get 5 minutes of playing time. So I went from playing 40 minutes to 5 minutes. So I procrastinate because I'm not really sure about what that next level brings me. Can some of you guys identify with that? Even with the
Yes, yes.
Yeah, even with the military, right? A lot of people, a lot of soldiers and people who are in the military, they have built this. I'm at this level, right? But then when they come out into society, they're not on that same level. So it takes some time. They procrastinate about being successful um, because they don't really know what that next level is going to look like. And I've been on top all of this time, and I don't know how it feels to be on the bottom. So we can be afraid of what that next level is going to bring us.
I think that's me. I'm 100% fear. That's my procrastination is fear.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a real thing, right? But with the meditation, with the conversation with myself, with the journaling, when creating a plan, I can definitely overcome all of this because once I realize that I do deserve. How many of us believe? A lot of people do not believe that they should be successful. How many of you guys believe that you can do it and that you deserve it?
Yes.
Me,
Yes.
me,
Yes.
I do.
Yeah. Well, I'll be I'll be transparent with you guys because I'm always asking you to be transparent. But it is points in my life where I'm afraid to be successful. Really. Um, People think, okay, well, you get up and you talk in front of hundreds of people. You never seem like you're nervous, but it does make me nervous to know that one day my name will be across the world and I'll be standing on stages, even though it's stuff that I want to do. To it makes me nervous sometimes. So sometimes, self-consciously, I hesitate to do the things that will take me to the next level, and I have to do all of those things that I told you guys to do in order to for myself to know, to be convinced of myself that I deserve it and can have it. So if you're in that place, you got to tell yourself a different story. And that's what I have to do every single day. I have to purposely tell myself a different story than what my conscience is telling me. So I'm being transparent because if you are in that place and you just, even as a new realtor, right, and you sold a few houses and you admire realtors that have that stand on the stages and get their awards and you really want to be like those people, you got to tell yourself a different story.
You got to do something different.
Can I say something, Janelle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is
Go ahead.
I don't think my issue is procrastination. I just feel lost, like I'm with the wrong team, and the team that I'm with not provide me the tool to be successful. Because it's not like I don't have or the bark. I know how to get it, but once I get it, what do I do next? Issue I have, even when like I was saying yesterday, when I tried to call sellers or for sale by owners, it's like I just choke up on conversation and I allow them to overpower me due to the fact I don't know what to say next. I don't have a strong comeback because I haven't been equipped with the tools that I need to be successful.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that to me. Thank you so much for being so transparent. So with that, a lot of us stay in the wrong place too long. That's not just with business, that's with relationships, that's with environments, that's everything. And so if you know right now that you're not truly being equipped to where you need to be and what you need to have, why haven't you moved? Is it because you don't know where to find it, or is it because you are fearful because you're comfortable where you are?
It's not that I'm comfortable. It's like I have reached out to other realtors. I didn't talk to them. It's like everybody had the same story, but then when you try to make time, like, you try to get to know the person or the company before you actually choose the company. It's like they paint a perfect picture up front, but then when you get over there, it's like you don't see what they saying.
Can I recommend something? Because I was there where you were a year ago, right? And I can tell you, I went through the same thing you went through. But this is what helped me. I decided to talk to the people who's in the organization and who's on top of the organization, and then go visit. You don't have to commit. You can go visit, see the environment, go in, check it out, and see what type of environment you're getting into. Because the environment will expose itself over a period of time. That's what I would do if I was you.
Okay, great.
And go back to
Uh,
listen to the Clubhouse on picking your broker.
yeah, yeah, that's a good one. What I would do is, and I'm a broker, right? So it may not come over well when I say what I say. But me personally, I tell people all the time, if you're going to even choose working with me, if you guys have talked to me before you decided coming to our office, I always say just pop up. You don't have to make a don't make an announcement that you're coming, because the atmosphere, like Andre said, presents itself, right? So if you are going to join an office, go to see the environment. Don't make an announcement. It's like preparing them to set up a front for you. Just go in, learn how they train, go in during their training times, go in during their meeting times, and just kind of figure out if this environment is for you. The environment is more about the culture, not about what the company can offer you guys. And when new agents tell me, well, I'm going over here and I picked this brokerage because they only charge this. That's the worst mistake you can ever make, is basing your decision on a brokerage on commission. Because in reality, you can make all the money you want to make at any brokerage you're at. If you can bring value to that brokerage, those commission plans are not set in stone. But you also have to see if this brokerage is going to take you to the level you want to go. Every brokerage has a cap. So if your future plans, a lot of us fail to plan our future. All of us don't, most of us don't have a 1, 3, and 5 year plan. So I suggest that you write down what you want to be and where you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years, and then interview that brokerage to see if you see what you saw in the end of 5 years at that brokerage. So if you, in 5 years, you want to have been an agent with a team of 2 that has sold 150 houses, go to that place and see if you see that. See if somebody has taken them, this brokerage has taken them from the place where you are to the place that you want to be. If they have not, that's not the place for you. The second and the last conversation you should be having is about the commission and the fees. Because it takes money to make money in business, and we have to get, if I can get trained, if I can get the environment, if I can get the push and the support that I need, I can make as much money as I want to make. If they tell me I got to do 50-50, they ask me, I'm going to ask them, well, how many deals is that I need to do? Can you take me there? Do you have the knowledge and the skills to tell me how I can go out and make 10 deals so that I don't have to do that no more and I can go to 100%? But we base our decision on commission, and that's the last thing we need to. And the second thing we do is based on how many people are there. That has nothing to do with you, because if you really go into a real estate office where people are working and making money, you see very few people. Because I will tell you, if you are hanging around the office too much in my office, there is no money in here for you. Your money is in the field. All the money that comes in our office has already been made, and it either belongs to me or another real estate agent. So if we base our decisions on that, you will find yourself in a fruitful place. But procrastinating about moving will not only keep you from making money, but it will make you believe that real estate doesn't work and you need to do something else. And it's not real estate. It's the fact that you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So don't procrastinate on that. Don't hate. Don't wait on making the right decision. If you're in the wrong place, your priority list should be finding the right place. I hope that helps.
Yes. Hey, can I say something to the gentleman that said he had a little procrastination, fear of procrastination?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Like she said, I think we all find ourselves in those places. But one thing that I found, of course, it's the meditation, but you can't meditate and manifest on something you never seen before. So one of the things that I do when I find myself in those places is I go reach out to people that's already in those places. Perfect example, I used to follow Andre all the time. He may not even known it. But one day when I was stuck, I say, man, I want to start investing. I see this guy, he sell houses, sell a lot of houses, and he invests. Let me pick up the phone and call him and see if I could ride with him. And to my surprise, he picked up the phone. He said, sure, meet me over here. And we rolled along. We had a couple conversations. He took me to a couple properties, and then I could visually see it. You know what I mean? Now I went home and I manifested. Now I realized Andre, he's a lot smarter than me at this, but he's the same guy as I am. You know what I mean? If Andre can do it, I can do it, and now I can manifest it. I can see it. And within a couple months, me and my partner Derek, we had a place. You know what I mean? And we flipping and we doing all things. So get out there and do something different. Whenever we stagnant, find something different and inspiring to do. And that always gets me out of my mode. So
And thank you for that, AK. And Tennille, think about this. He aspired to be like Andre, and they work for two different companies. So it doesn't necessarily stop him from being successful where he is. So just finding people. You might want to find an agent. I always tell real estate agents, if you really want to find someone to help you get to the level they are, try another state or another city. If you're not their competition, they're more likely to help you. But and offer them something. If I could fly to your city and take you to lunch and spend a day with you, would that be okay? I'll do your paperwork. I'll do whatever it is that you need me to do. If I could just fly to your city and spend a day with you. Now, a lot of people may say, well, that's a stretch, Janelle. I'm gonna spend money to go to a city with someone I don't ever met. It's a goal that you're trying to reach. You fly and pay and go on vacation to cities where you don't know people all day long. So flying to a city that where a person is that you want to be like is a great investment to your business. When I first became a coach, I went and sat with all of the coaches that had a 200 client database because I knew when I was coming to Houston that my database I had to create it. It wasn't handed to me. At most of the real estate, I'm not gonna say all of them, but out of the 4 offices, 3 of the offices I had to create my clientele. Not only did I have to create my clientele, I was responsible for $33,000 of the company dollar every month. So I had to go and visit people who were making the money and getting the agents and getting the clients. So I had to travel. I had to go to a lot of conferences and spend a lot of money to learn how to do it. But at the end of the day, it was profitable for me. It's like a business expense. So find those agents. I think that was Shell yesterday sent me an agent in Atlanta that she asked me about her. I think she was a great agent because she spoke the same language I spoke. Never met her before in my life. But some of the same things that I believe and I teach you guys, she was already saying it. She's just a real estate agent. So if she was to answer my phone call, if I was Shell, I'd call her, see if she answered my phone call, see if I could hang with her for a day. I'd fly to Atlanta. Costs about $300 to fly to Atlanta round trip right now. It's not
Now,
a good
now I'm
investment
I'm
for
gonna
your
come to
business.
Houston. I'm gonna come to
Come
Houston to you first.
come on. Like,
Shit.
literally, if you said, okay, I'm going to come and I'm going to spend a day in Houston, come. I that you would learn the most, and that would be a blessing to me to be able to help somebody. You ain't got to do nothing special. I'm gonna put you in the right place at the right time. But would not a $300 trip or a $500 trip be a good investment for your business to learn from people?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You always can turn it into a vacay.
Yeah. Well, yesterday, AK was in San Antonio. He turned it into a business trip, and he had vacation, but he was really going on business. I'm telling you, guys got to you got to take your business in your own hands, and you have to make do or die situations. You have to say, by all means necessary, I'm going to succeed at this. You could probably stay right at the same office you're at if you could find a person that you aspire to be and to have to reach the goal that they have reached. Because one thing about a person who has reached the goal, they definitely have a footprint. And the top 10% of people who sell in real estate, they're still only selling anywhere between 70 to 150 houses. You really, 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 really have a system if you're selling $1,000. a thousand houses a year. And I mean, you have connections. You're not just going out lead generating to do that. So little bit online. Follow most of the people on these stages on Clubhouse. And when you see someone doing some amazing things, send them a message. Find their phone number, pick it up, and call them and say, hey, you know what? Like, I just need an hour of your time or 2 hours of your time, and I just need your best tactics that you can give me. Like AK said, you'll be amazed. People will actually pick up the phone. So you guys try that, and hopefully that helps you, Tania.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
most people that do this, and most people that's successful that I found that's not trying to scam, they're very genuine and they like to share their blessings. You know what I mean? And I haven't met a guy yet since I met a person yet since I met Andre that hasn't been able to give me any information that I need. But like you say, you got to provide value. You know what I mean? You got to give them something first sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they may put you to work. I'm gonna tell you that. But being put to work is an experience. It's like learning, right? So if they say, "Hey, I need you to come over here with me and help me with this," you're gonna be learning while you're working. That's good. So don't be afraid to do the dirty work at the bottom. Don't be afraid to do that. So anyone else have anything that I can help them with, or any comments or anything that they feel could help them or us with procrastination? Okay. So tomorrow's conversation, we're going to be talking to Brian. He's going to help us. A lot of you guys receive emails from him. They're very thorough, and they actually have some really great programs. What I like about Brian, he's with Benchmark, is that they have free credit repair. Their clients is struggling with their credit, but they cannot afford credit repair, and they really need some creative financing. He's really good with that and very thorough. So he will be our guest tomorrow. Bring all of your questions about what the market is doing, where it's going, and what are you thinking, and then we'll address all those with him tomorrow. If you guys need to reach me today, send me a text message. I'm out here in the woods somewhere, and I may not be able to answer my phone. I will get all of you guys' CDs done today. So if you don't have anything else, Shannon, do you have anything? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
cool. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure you can hear me. So if you guys, she's out here in the woods with me somewhere too. Her phone may not just have good reception. So if you guys don't have any other questions, did this help you guys today?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Always.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Always. You don't have to ask that question. Always.
good. Well, I just want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the fruit and the information that you guys need to be better real estate agents, business owners. and that I'm letting you up. This is boss up conversation, so I don't want to have things that you guys don't want to talk about. And you're always welcome to give me a topic that you want to, or you feel as if this will make it better. So if you want to DM me a topic, or you want me to, if you want to be a guest, you want me to interview you, you want me to question you and challenge you, please do not hesitate to send me a message, give me a call, send me an email, because my whole purpose of this is to make you guys better. This is not to just have conversations. This is not just to be on Clubhouse. This is not for my self gain. This is definitely for you guys. So I always want to be of value. There will be no club. There will be no boot camp tomorrow, but we will be back on our full schedule next week. We also will have legal updates for your people who are looking to renew your license. So you can come to the office, take your class. You can also take it on Zoom if you need to. All right. If you don't have anything else, guys, you have a fruitful and blessed day, and I will see you guys again on the app tomorrow.
Thank you. You as well, Jeanette. Have a great day, everybody.
You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Same to you.
That's the production.
Uh,
Thanks.